This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. This guitar is what we're talking about today. This rather gorgeous Charvel Guthrie Govan MJ. You may have seen me, kind of doing a first impressions quick look at this guitar on Thursday, and I said that today we would be taking a little bit more of an in-depth view of this guitar, hearing what it sounds like in a mix, doing some weights and measures on it and all that kind of stuff. So that is what we're about. And we'll begin by, as I said, taking a listen to what this guitar sounds like in a mix. Here it is. And as usual, you'll find a full tab for that piece of music in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, along with a clip of me playing it and a jam track to play along with yourself. All of that is up on my Patreon page. There's the address, link in the description. $3 a month gets you access to all of these additional goodies that go along with these YouTube videos. A massive, massive thank you to everyone who supports me in that, or any of the other ways, all of which are downstairs in the description. So, a little bit of housekeeping. What sounds was I using there? Well, for the sort of intro crunchy part and the sort of power chordy stuff, I was, as usual, going into the Blue Guitar Amp 1 Mercury Edition on the Vintage channel for the higher gain solo-y bits, same settings, but with the new X-Horseman pedal going into the front end of it. And then for the clean stuff, I was just using the clean channel on the amp because it gives a really nice sound, I think, especially with this style of guitar. So we'll take a look at some weights and measures for this guitar. I'll put a link to the full spec down in the description. I'll just briefly run you through what we've got. Locking tuners, caramelized maple neck, with, I believe, is graphite reinforced bone nut 24, I almost said 22 then, but 24 stainless steel, humongous, sized frets, compound radius 12-inch radius down here, 16-inch radius up here. I can't say that I notice anything that extra that gives me, but some people do like that kind of thing. It is, whichever way you stack it up, a very comfortable neck with rolled fretboard edges. HSH pickups, master volume, master tone, 5-way selector, which I ran through the sounds from that on Thursday, but we'll have another little listen to them again in a moment. But before we get to that, let's have a look at some weights and measures for the guitar. You can see a weight of 3.65 kilos, nut width 43.5 millimeters. There's the 1st and 12th fret neck profiles. DC pickup readings, I've got them written here because the screen is too far away and I'm old and I can't see that far. Position 1, which is the bridge pickup, 14.78k. Bit of a monster, that. Then as we move forward, 1 notch to the bridge and middle position, that humbucker gets split in half and combined with a middle pickup to give us a reading of 3.84. The middle setting isn't the middle pickup, it is the 2 outer coils of both humbuckers, and that reads in at 3.12. Then in the position 4 setting, which is the neck and middle, you're basically splitting the neck pickup in half and combining it with the middle, and that reads at 3.17k. Then the neck humbucker on its own reads at 9.96k. So that's like the weights and measures for this guitar. We've got also a little mini toggle down here, which on the spec sheet for this guitar tells us it is a single coil simulation. And when I took the DC pickup readings, I was expecting when that was kind of activated rather, it was going to, chop the reading of the humbucker in half. But it doesn't. Let's go back to the bridge humbucker and hear the difference that that little switch makes. I'll start off with it in humbucker mode, and then I'll go to single coil. You can definitely hear that something's happening, but there's nothing measurable when you read the DC readings with a multimeter. So it's witchcraft, basically. That's how they're achieving it, or something of that ilk. But it certainly works. It certainly gives a really nice, really good single coil tone there, I've got to tell you. All the sounds on this guitar are, absolutely stellar, it has to be said. Previously to now, I've always said that the best Strat style guitar I've ever played was the Sire Larry Carlton S7. That's about a £500 guitar, and it feels and plays like something costing at least double that, perhaps more. These guitars, these Charvel Guthrie Govan MJs, they cost about $2,000. Shop around, you might get it for $18.99 or something like that, but that's the sort of ballpark you're looking at. And it feels like it's worth every single pound of that. I got to tell you, this is now officially the best Strat style guitar I've ever played. It's got me thinking about, what could I sell? Thing is, I'm not really into Strats. That kind of plinky plonky kind of out of phase sound, which I used in that demo because it just seemed the right sound to use there. That kind of Robert Cray, Mark Knopfler sound, which I love when those guys use it, but when I use it, it doesn't really kind of do it for me. But this guitar does a really fantastic version of it. See what I mean? It does that kind of Strat thing really, really fantastically well. It's just not a thing that I find myself gravitating towards. But this is, as I say, probably the best version of that kind of sound that I've heard in many a year. And then coupled with that, you've got, let me just throw a little bit of dirt on here, going back to the vintage channel on the Blue Guitar amp. Go to the bridge humbucker, and it's a right fire-breathing monster. Let's have a listen. There's my phone going off. That certainly, gets the job done, doesn't it? And in a mix, that would be very, very difficult, I think, to tell apart from, a certain other humbucker-equipped guitar with a set neck and, and two humbuckers. Well, let me just see what's happening here. This phone is not leaving me alone. It's nothing important. Right, so it's a fantastic Strat style guitar, I gotta tell you. It really, really is. And if any guitar was going to convert me to the to this S-type kind of thing once again, then this could probably be it. It's incredibly comfortable to play. The stainless steel frets make you feel like you are running a hot knife through butter, to use a cliche. It's fantastically well put together. I literally cannot find fault with it in any way. The trem is pretty much bulletproof. It comes back as near as makes absolutely no difference. Absolutely spot on in tune. It just works. Everything. It's just one of those, when you use a guitar or anything at all, and it's just, you just think, well, yeah, this just works. There's nothing about it that that could be a little bit better. That could be, just put together. Why didn't they think of that? There's none of that with this guitar. It's astonishingly good. I mean, it's an astonishing price. It has to be said, thick end of $2,000. And could you go out and find something with a similar spec sheet that on paper looks very much the same, sounds quite similar, and, where you don't have to pay half that price or even maybe a third of that price? Well, I'm sure you could. Well, yeah, I know you could. And so in terms of justifying the money that something like this costs, it is a tricky one. But as I say, you pick it up and you can feel where the money has been spent. And the way I tend to look at it is, if I buy a £200 or £300 guitar that feels like this, or feels, kind of similar to this and is, and does the job equally well, I treat that as a bonus. I don't treat this as being, somehow overpriced, because you can just feel the love and care and attention and everything that's gone into every aspect of this guitar. Meant to mention earlier, basswood body with an ash, either veneer or top. I'm really, really impressed, as you can tell. I'm really impressed by a type of guitar that I don't really go for. Strat style guitars, they're just not my thing. I might have mentioned that. But this one, fair play to it. It's really, really impressed me. There it is. That, folks, is my review and demo of the Charvel Guthrie Govan MJ. Make of it what you will. Hope you've enjoyed the video and found it entertaining and informative in some small way. And if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. Why not drop me a like as well while you're at it? Don't forget the live stream every Friday at 5 p.m. UK time. We drink beer. That's the main thing. But we talk about stuff as well. Music, guitars, whatever else crops up. It's a great way to kick off the weekend, and I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.